Hello, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Welcome to my page. My page is about common sense. I try to keep it down on the nitty-gritty under 10 minutes. If it goes over 10 minutes, it's something very, very, very important. It's not important to liberals, libertarians, people who believe in God, people that smoke, people that drink, people that ayahuasca, people that DMT. Listeners' discretion is advised. Listeners' discretion is advised. This is a response video to a video I was scouring the YouTube with, and I hope this is allowed, which it doesn't say I'm breaking privileges policy. Okay, the link will be in the description box, and as you can see there, it says female psychology decoded. All men need to watch this. So as I was watching it, it was really a lot of inconsistent things that he said he did. Okay, but I'm just going on my own terminology and own understanding anecdotal, because I told you before, I used to be a therapist to many women, and I believe these rules still apply to women till this day. 2021, yes, it's here to stay. I still talk to many women on the side, okay, in my inbox, okay, and please read my description before you speak upon anything, because if you speak with bias in your heart, I will just reject you and block you. Ask a question first before you make a judgment. So let's get on with the topic, subject for today. And this is a response video. I will be pausing it for each thing he says wrong. And basically, I will just go along with it as I see fit. Okay, let's begin. So as you can see here, it says the Legends Academy. Okay, I can shrink this down for just a little bit. And you can also see, look at his viewers, okay? He got a lot of viewers, but he just has very low subscribers. But I don't really pay attention to that because a lot of people are ignorant anyway. So other than that, let's begin with the videotape, okay? Video.
Going to be the most important thing that you ever learn about meeting and attracting the beautiful women that you want in your life. Mm-hmm. The guys that do not know this are missing out on so much, and they are not going to be able to attract the women that they want. The guys that do know this and are implementing it are having the most incredible success with women. I'm Ben Alexander from the Legends Academy, and let's get into this amazing topic today about female psychology. Now, what I'm going to share with you is simple.
This video is only 4 minutes long, okay? 4 minutes, about 5 minutes.
However, it seems very counterintuitive. It doesn't seem like it could be true. It doesn't seem to make sense. Now, it took me years to figure this out, okay? So I want you to really take this stuff on board. Now, let's think about how guys look at attraction. Well, us guys, we see a beautiful woman walk into a room and we think, wow, she's beautiful. Then we might have a conversation with her or hang out with her and think, wow, we're having a great time with her. We think, well, what more could there really be to that? You know, it just seems fine. We think, you know, she's good looking. That's the reason we're attracted to her. That's pretty much it for us, okay? So now, where men go wrong is we try and actually impose our way of feeling attraction for women onto women. So when we meet a woman, we think, well, what's the most important thing? Well, probably looks, because that's the most important thing to us. Then we think, well, we saw a movie and so on and all this kind of stuff, and the guy was good looking, he usually has a good job, he's got lots of money, he's got a nice car, nice watch. Mm. And in movies, that's sort of what's seen to be attractive and stuff like that. So we think, well, that kind of makes sense, so I guess we need to do that to a woman. Now, what sort of really threw this out for me was when I would see guys walking down the street, like they weren't good looking guys, that didn't look wealthy, yet they were the beautiful.
See, the thing is that when guys say this, I believe I'm pulling their card. I don't think they do that. Like many years after I've been doing it, okay? But I'm just take it with a grain of salt, or take it with a grain of salt, or not take it with a grain of salt. I just don't believe when people say this. I believe they're very lazy, and they don't follow through. I have actual videos of me talking to women and doing things on the internet, okay, on their YouTube. But you're going to have to show videos instead of talking about it, because I don't believe this type of guy is actually watching hundreds of men with the same old pattern. I don't believe it. Okay, so let's continue on what he has to say.
Girl, or I had friends and the same thing. They weren't rich, they weren't good looking, yet they were able to have massive success with women. I was like, well, something's not right here. I'm missing something. So what I did, I started researching. It literally took me years. I would read books. I went all over the internet, scouring things, watching videos on YouTube and all this kind of stuff, trying to work out this conundrum. How is it that you don't need to be good looking and rich and have all these things, yet you can still attract women? And when I I worked it out, guys, it totally blew my mind, and I hope it's going to blow yours too and make a huge difference for you. And what it was is, I was thinking like a man and trying to apply it to women. And I figured, well, I guess what happens if I try and work at this from a woman's perspective? Let's work out how women are attracted. And when I did this, guys, it was huge. So I was starting.
Devil's advocate is making believe that you're in the woman's shoes. All right? I used to play that role back in the days. All of the time. Women ask me, you will be a whore if you was a female. And I'll be like, I don't think so, because of the fact that if I heard my girlfriends talking about all these problems they be having with boys and shit like that, I'll be too much on the nerdy side, because I was already a smart individual when I was younger. So let's continue.
Thinking, well, what's important to a woman? And what I noticed was, well, if it's not the looks, if it's not the money, maybe it's the feelings. How is this guy making her feel?
Well, the thing is that most women don't have any feelings if they haven't been trained by their proper father figures, okay? 9 times out of 10, women go on looks based on how they feel about how he looks. And this is what I was told by women, okay? If you just take away the looks and take away the money, then you, if you say that way, then it's about personality. But women rarely care about personality. Let's continue.
I always seem to be having such a good time with these guys that were having, a lot of success with them. Mm-hmm. So I thought, okay, so let's look at creating the right feelings for a girl. And then what I found, guys, was women are actually, they need certain feelings. They need to feel certain emotions and so on when they're with a man. And that's how they actually make up their mind about whether or not they're attracted to a guy.
Well, not really, because most women who have told me from the horse's mouth is all about attraction. As they're with the man, after a while, attraction fades over time. And then it comes down to this. They don't really relate to a man through his personality. We already know by fact that men do more things than women, hands down. We already know that men have more hobbies. They do more things to keep themselves busy. Sometimes they hang with their boys. But what do girls do in their spare time? They don't do much. They stay on the phones. They do a lot of talking. And they go to work and they watch their kids and stuff. And other than that, I've never really encountered females who keep themselves interactive with extracurricular activities. Women are not into extracurricular activities as men are. Let's continue.
No, it's crazy, right? So us guys, we're all logical. We're like, oh, we need this thing and we need that thing. Woman, she needs to feel right about someone. So she's hanging out with a guy, having a great time. They're enjoying each other's company. She's laughing. She feels good when she's with him. That's enough for her to feel attracted. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that there needs to be a base level of attraction. I'm not saying that you can just completely let yourself go and let yourself get all out of shape and, not take care of your appearance and get all...
Well, I recommend most guys fall for your type. So let's say, for instance, you're a 7, and deal with females who are 7. But still, 9 times out of 10, if you're a 7 or below, most women have high standards when it comes to looks. Every time I talk to a female, I said, why don't you talk to your type, okay? At least most of these females I talk to are like 5s and 6s, but they think themselves as 8, 9s, and 10s, mainly because the clown makeup they wear and shit like that. And I would tell them, I said, why don't you do that? Like, why don't you'll be more happier if you just stop settling for these high-class 6'2" type guys and they got a lot of money. Instead, they will be narcissistic. They will be like, because they haven't been trained. It's not all their fault. It's not really all their fault. And when I tried to tell them, I said, you should take my advice then, because since you didn't have a father figure, I have an alpha-like mindset. Because I'm self-taught, okay? And also I learned from pimps and shit. And I can tell you what the key elements are in order to make men happy. But do you think they will listen? Do you think women will want to listen to that information? Not necessarily. They're truly narcissists. They're not interested in learning to be compatible with men, to learn what men like to do. So let's continue.
Melly, that's not going to work. You need to take care of the basics. However, looks are nowhere near as important as you would think.
So let me say you another thing too. If you're a fatty, you should deal with a fatty. If you consider yourself a 7 as a male, you should deal with a 7 or 1 number below. But you don't really need to go that more unattractive. I know guys out there who would deal with females who are just completely trash. Completely trash. Oh my fucking God, man. But that's because of their desperation level. They don't want to be alone. So whenever you see a highly attractive person with a lowly attractive person, it is out of desperation. Most of the time, yes. But it could be some other reason, I don't know. And I really don't care, okay? Let's continue.
Money is nowhere near as important as you would think, okay? And this is great news, guys. Why is it great news? Well, it's great news because it means so long as you and I can work out how to create the right emotions in a woman when we're with her, she's going to want to keep seeing us. She's going to want to keep spending time with us. She's going to want...
Well, the emotions is very clear. You don't have to say much, because every time I talk to a beta alpha who wants to be a so-called thug or who want to be an alpha, which they are really not alphas, they usually don't say that much. They usually say simple things. The more attractive you are, the less you need to say to get what you want. Okay, now if you're one of these guys who are alphas or even a beta, okay, a beta guy, okay, beta guys are too shy. They lack confidence. And so she's not going to be turned on by that because he don't have confidence. But if a man has too much confidence as an alpha, she's not going to want him either. So it has to be in between the attractive guy and the man with money. She fits right in that criteria. There is no other way. Very rarely you'll find some female be like, okay, but that's rare because she's raised by her father. And I advise guys to travel overseas and you'll see a whole new set of personality types, which I have encountered all the time, okay? So that's why you have to go outside your box, okay? Women don't like going outside the box. Do you understand that? Let's continue.
Be our girlfriend and more, okay? So it's all about the emotions, all about the feelings, making sure she feels great when she's with you, and then you're going to have like way more success.
As I said, the feelings are superficial at best. Very seasonal and superficial at best. Like I said before, looks is first, right on the top. After a while, they get tired of that man. I'll be seeing fine females with fine guys. And it's usually 70% of the divorce rates occur because of women, correct? So now the pathology is very clear. She gets tired of the beauty, and the next thing you know, she wants something more, okay? And that's this. She doesn't care for your personality. Most likely true. The key element here is most likely true. This is all across the world, all across the board. Let's continue.
Then if you're trying to impress women with money or, you know, being upset because you feel you don't look good enough and all that kind of stuff, that stuff's irrelevant. You just need to be able to know the way in which to create the right emotions in a woman. So I really hope this has been a huge revelation for you. I hope this is going to help you in your journey of success with women as much as it's helped me. I hope you love these videos. Thank you for watching us. Remember to share it with a friend if you think this is going to help him too. And also remember to subscribe.
Okay. So since we have learned really pretty much nothing in this video, it depends on where you're going. So if you're staying in a developed country, you're more likely to get rejection simply because of your looks and your pay status. It's that simple. All right. So traveling overseas will increase your beauty and appearance regardless of how you look, because I've saw many fat hippopotamuses and white hippopotamuses, cracker hippopotamuses, very unattractive men go over there and bang out the brains of highly attractive females who are in underdeveloped countries, which, of course, you can watch on Pornhub. So, other than that, I did not learn too much from this video, okay? I feel he was very much unexperienced, okay? And, of course, he's just talking stuff that he never experienced before himself. He's just talking biased, okay? He has no experience and no prior experience with women, period, in general, okay? You know, I didn't learn nothing, and I would not follow him anyway, okay? But I like to do these response videos because y'all guys tell me to do them. I also have, please read my description box of who I am, and other than that, I've traveled abroad to Ethiopia. I got videos to back up what I'm saying, and yada, yada, yada. You know how to follow my Patreon. Check out my website. Check out my OnlyFans page as well. Peace.